Hello everybody out there and welcome back to another Fear the Walking Dead episode review. We are in Season 1 Episode 4, Not Fade Away. And guys, hell has broken loose in a handbasket in this episode. And again, before we start this review, spoiler alert warning, there will be spoilers in this review. If you have not watched Episode 4, Not Fade Away yet, please take this video, put it in your watch later list, put it, pause it, go watch the episode and come back. Because if you are like the many people that don't like spoilers, you're not going to want to hear this review. You're going to want to watch the episode first. I will try to hold off on as much as I can, but I still, it's a review and you got to talk about the episode. So here we go. You guys have been warned. So the episode, there's no zombies. First of all, if you're looking for an episode with the zombies, you're not going to see any in this episode. The main antagonist for this episode, let's put it that way, is the army. The army has sectioned off pieces or fenced off pieces of the city, and in those fenced areas are survivors or uninfected. The infected are on the outer parts, and they're not allowed to leave. The army basically controls the entire enclosed area. They basically have to do whatever they say, and if there's any hint of infection, either they move them to another facility, which we haven't seen yet. We'll see it probably in the next episode, judging by the coming attractions. Or they're just shot on sight, especially if they're already infected. And the episode opens up with Chris looking out into the the world outside of the fence now, and he notices that there's somebody shining a light like Morse code. So he realizes there are survivors probably out there, and he goes to try to tell Travis. Travis is a huge dick to Chris. I'm sorry. He is the kind of father that, like, all he's doing is telling his son what not to do instead of listening to him, instead of really guiding him. He kind of criticizes and doesn't pay attention to him as well as he should. So now you've got Ophelia, who is macking with one of the soldiers to try to get medicine for her mother. You've got Alicia, who can't understand how the whole world, how everybody in the house is basically acting like nothing's happening, where basically the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket and everybody's, let's paint the kitchen. I'm not joking. They actually talked about painting the kitchen in this episode. But anyway, later on in the episode, a doctor goes around checking out all these people that are sick or whatever, and she makes a list of people that should go to the facility outside the fenced area because they could be a danger to themselves as well as the survivors in the secure enclosure. Nick, his drug problem definitely takes a turn for the worse, and the mother catches him, and she kind of flips out on him because she's flipping out about everything going on. She believes Chris because Chris shows her the footage, and she listens to him, and she actually finds some bolt cutters, and she sneaks out of the enclosure for a little bit, and she finds out that not only are infected people being shot, but regular people outside of the protected areas are getting shot, I guess as a precaution, whatever. So basically the army is the bad guy, and they're slowly getting worse and worse, and we all know where the world's going to end up. I feel like I've said this in every single review episode, so every episode review so far, but we all know what's coming, and obviously the army's not going to last, but I feel like this episode feels more realistic because I feel like this is what the army would do in America, or what the government would want to do in America to try to prevent a epidemic. But in this case, it's not something that can be fenced out. And they're looking to push the fences further as time goes on. This was a really wow episode, and you could tell that the army is really becoming the antagonist more than the zombies are. And that's what The Walking Dead's always about. The zombies are the threat, but there's more to the threats than the zombies are like on the lower tier of threats. There's worse things out there than zombies. And the way that the world is dealing with this epidemic is why the zombies probably, the population of zombies increased a lot faster, is because they're not dealing with it the way they should. And you can see it in this episode, and you can see already the way things are working. I left out a bunch of stuff. I will say in the ending, the mother was taken away, but Nick, who isn't infected, was taken away for his own good because of his drug addiction. And Lisa actually goes with the doctor because she says that she could use Lisa's medical help. And she actually ends up leaving Christopher behind, and she promises him she'll be back. But we all know separating the family, not a good thing. There is a fight with the Salazar father and some soldiers. Basically, you could see how dark the army is by the end of this episode. And then the coming attractions definitely show a little bit more outside of the fenced enclosure. But you see Madison already saying things are bad, and she knows that things are a lot worse outside the fence. The reason they're stuck inside there is because if they find out what's going on outside the fences, the army wouldn't look so good. So there's 2 episodes left to go. This is a really good episode. Lots and lots and lots of stuff going on, but you're seeing the world basically fall to hell fast. I'm talking about when Madison was outside that enclosure walking around in the infected zone or wherever they considered it. It was crazy. It looked like, you know, pre-Walking Dead, basically the Walking Dead feel to that area. Really interesting stuff. I'm really enjoying Fear the Walking Dead. It was a very slow start, but I feel like as the series is concluding, things are really strengthening up, and that's sad because after 2 more episodes, we're going right into The Walking Dead, and we're not going to be seeing Fear the Walking Dead until this time next year, so I'm sad to see it go. I'm not sure if I'm right, though, so if I'm wrong, please somebody in the comments correct me, but this has been a really great series. You basically, by this point, you know which characters you hate, which characters you don't, you care about, and which characters you can care less about. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. As always, feel free to let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comments below. And while you're down there, there's a bunch of links connected to a bunch of different things with this channel, Comic Frontline, Zone 4 Podcast. Take your pickings. Lots of stuff uploaded and updated daily. Other than that, look forward to a bunch of comic reviews. We still have week 307 to finish. The update video is being pushed. Check out my Twitter for more information on that. And until then, guys, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys really soon in the next video.